Yeah, so here we are, we're in Orlando, Florida. We're here at the Regal HQ, and we've turned up, we're here with a client to just do a walk through the factory to see how the boats are built, and we've also got an LX43 that's just been pulled out of the mold, so we'll get to see that in person too.
Number one, market share. Because you were asking about market share data. That's kind of a big one. First time ever.
Wow.
First time ever. And it's really related to those models that we just talked about.
Yeah.
The 43LX and the 50 SAV. We had our highest customer service satisfaction score ever this year, which was, by the way, it was north of 95. Everywhere you see a flag, of course, we have a dealer.
Pretty cool then just to hear and to see, even from the last time I've been here, just the investments and advancements that the company are making. Like this whole testing area wasn't here last time we were here, but what they do is once the boats get to the end of the line there, they drop them in the water here and they test run them on the lake. You know, we were asking you before about what are some of the big changes that you've made to get the customer satisfaction scores to the highest that they've ever been. The quality control is a really big thing for them, and this step at the end of the process has had a huge impact. So yeah, pretty cool to see. So here we are at the very start, stage one of the whole build process. Is breaking into 3 stages really. We've got the lamination phase, which is where all of the hull molds and the deck molds are, where they do all of the lamination and the fiberglassing and the resin infusion. The stage 2, the assembly, and then stage 3 is the final finishing. So here is the vacuum infused process that Regal go through. This system with the bags, and then with this big tank of resin here, is sucking and pulling all of the resin through the fiberglass, which just ensures that the consistency is a lot better, the quality is a lot better, and the hull is ultimately a lot stronger. So it's a pretty cool thing to see in the flesh. So we're here, we've got the holes over there, but here are 2 deck molds. What you're seeing happening behind us is they're just laying down a bit of the glass now that they put on before they put the main part of the glass on and put the bag over to do the vacuum infusion. They'll then pop these decks out of the mold, flip them around, and then that's what you're seeing over here behind us is once they've been pulled out of the mold and flipped around, they're cutting all of the different fittings and hatches and things out of the mold. But it's cool to see them upside down like this. So we're just at the start part of the whole process really, where we've got a lot of the hull molds and deck molds that are in the background here. And what you can see behind us here is this is where the hulls have been pulled out. 50 SAV hull behind us here, and I was just saying to the boys just how the changes that they've made in this Ocean Track 2 hull design that they're using on their 43 and their 50 SAV, which just make it a much better sea boat. You can see first and foremost just how much flare and how much higher the freeboard is. The strakes on this hull, they're a lot bigger than what you would see on, say, the LX36 back there, which just helps a lot in making sure that it's a dry running boat, so the water deflects off the hull as it's running. And then the other big thing is just seeing how much angle we've got on this strake here. All of these are just key characteristics to what make a really good offshore sea boat. Behind us right here is the LX43, which will be the first LX43 in the country, in Australia, and so obviously it's just come out of the mold now. The guys here are just doing the polishing and the finishing of the hull. As you can see, going to Short Marine, Queensland. We're expecting to see towards the end of this year, the boat's supposed to arrive just in time for summer. Still a long way to go with what stage it's at now, but yeah, we're going to keep working our way through the rest of the process of what goes into making these boats. This is stage 2 of the build process. This is the assembly part of the process, where once the deck and the hull have come out of the mold, this is where all of the wiring, all of the plumbing, all the detail that goes in behind the boat. And then we move forward to stage 3, where the final finishing happens, where once the deck and mold are together, they put all the finishing touches on them. The complexity that goes into these boats, it's really a combination of the technology and the process that goes into building a car that also goes into building an apartment, and then they have to build it in a way where it's able to be run at 40 knots in open offshore water. So the human manpower and just what goes into making these boats is just mind-blowing. So here are the test ponds, which every boat makes its way down the line and ends up in the ponds, and this is where they run up all of the systems that require water intakes and essentially drench the boats for 3 hours. Yeah, so this is stage 3, this is the final finishing. So this is where they do all of the QC, all of the quality control, all the testing of the systems before they then put the boat in the water, run it in the test lake, and then ship the boats to us. But overall, it's just a massive factory. Like the size and the scale of the place, you really have to be here in person to really fathom and grasp. But yeah, it's crazy to see.